Coming up on today's FNN, how one of our middle schools could be receiving a major update.
Plus, we explore how many EK students are balancing school and faith during the celebration of Ramadan.
And spring sports season is here, and we have the latest. Stay tuned for all of that and more because FNN starts now. Happy Friday, Falcons. I'm Ipti.
And I'm Mariah.
For many students at East Kentwood, the celebration of Ramadan is a time of fasting, reflection, and community. But balancing school and faith can come with challenges, and some students and staff are working to make that experience more supportive and inclusive. FNN's Rania Khani has more.
That's kind of about it for today. Thank you, guys.
At East Kentwood High School, Ramadan isn't just an individual journey, it's a community experience. Many students fast from sunrise to sunset, balancing school responsibilities with this important part of their faith. To help, EK and the Muslim Student Association, also known as MSA, organize events, share resources, and work to create an inclusive environment for all students. Ms. Haskins talks about the support the school and MSA provides for Muslim students.
So during Ramadan, I know the LMC offers a space for students to go and pray or just kind of chill out in their own kind of comfortable space. This Friday, we are hosting an iftar at the school, and so iftar is the breaking of the fast, and so it's a later dinner, but just to bring community together, and everyone's welcome, even if you're not Muslim, to kind of just see, what breaking the fast and having a meal together during Ramadan is.
Staff members also do their part by making classroom adjustments by checking in with students who are fasting. Anna Graho, a member of the MSA Club, explains that participating in the club's events and seeing school staff offer support has made her feel welcomed and understood.
I participated in a iftar last year with MSA, and it's a good opportunity to network and connect with your community because I think it's really special that that even exists here. I think the school is actually pretty supportive during Ramadan because there's always teachers who are talking about it, or they'll ask you questions, or they'll just be very accommodating towards people who are fasting, which I think is really nice.
MSA goes beyond just supporting Muslims. They host events that educate everyone about Ramadan and organize events like iftars and fun activities. Club President Ahmed Alquad talks about his struggles throughout Ramadan and how support from the school keeps him going.
Not eating from sunrise till sundown might seem a little bit hard, especially when focusing in classes, especially hard classes like AP classes, but it hasn't really been that bad. I've been hanging out with my friends. They keep me not being focused too much on what's going on during lunch, and it's been a pretty good experience so far.
While Ramadan only lasts for a month, the sense of community and understanding it builds at EK can be felt all year long. MSA students have taken the lead in organizing events and educating others, while staff members have shown their support and encouraging an open, respectful environment. Whether it's through events, accommodations, or sharing knowledge, East Kentwood High School is making strides to support Muslim students during Ramadan. At EK, I'm Rania Khani.
Students say the support they receive during Ramadan helps them stay focused in and out of the classroom, and many hope the understanding built during this month continues throughout the school year.
This May, a ballot proposal could bring some updates throughout all of Kentwood Public Schools. The biggest update? Valleywood Middle School may be in line for a complete rebuild. I have the story. A new proposal is being brought to the table this May, and it could mean big things for this Kentwood Middle School. Valleywood Middle School has been around since the 1960s, and in that time, it's seen many students grow and develop within its walls, without being able to grow with them. This proposal would mean a complete makeover of the building from head to toe. Ms. Janine Shamali, principal of Valleywood Middle School, believes that a brand new building would open doors to a new way of teaching that always keeps students engaged and learning.
I absolutely believe New Valleywood would be beneficial, not just for our students here and not just for the Valleywood community, but Kentwood overall, right? Here at Valleywood, we strive so hard to make high quality instruction in our classes. We have the most amazing students ever, but we're very limited by the resources that we have with our building. It's been a very, very long time since there's been any significant renovations to Valleywood, and it shows. We're limited to a more traditional style of teaching, where we know, teaching now has evolved so much from the 60s when, Valleywood last got some renovations, that we're, like I said, limited to our instructional models and limited to what we can do with our kids in our classrooms.
Because they don't have the same resources as other middle schools, teachers at Valleywood cannot provide the same quality of education to their students, putting them at a disadvantage. Mr. Jason Proctor, band director at Valleywood Middle School, says the condition of the school can also impact students, and that having a building that students can be proud of will make a difference.
Whether we like it or not, the condition of the building does impact the student culture and how they treat things and how they respect things. This building's been around since 1968. It's a little older. The layout's a little strange, and some of the things definitely need some love. So I definitely think that would impact student culture, just having a new building and new facilities that they'd probably be a little more proud of.
From an increase in the quality of education to increasing student pride, a new building seems to be a slam dunk for both staff and students alike. Khalil Winbush, a sixth grader in the Valleywood Orchestra, says a new building would open doors for better resources in a craft that he enjoys.
It would be a better, if it could be a better orchestra room, a bigger space, better instruments, better book, because I always get a bad book and the pages are ripped and stuff. A bigger locker, because most of the time my instrument can't fit in there in my backpack.
From the principal to the students to the teachers, they all believe the building of a new Valleywood would mean great things, not only for their community, but for Kentwood as a whole. In Kentwood, I'm Mariah Wright. District leaders say the proposal could improve learning spaces and provide more opportunities for students. Voters will have the final say when the proposal appears on the ballot.
Every year, East Kentwood High School students prepare to take their exams. This whole process can be quite stressful. Our own FNN reporter, Kendall Sally, digs into how students prepare for exams and deal with the stress that comes along with it.
Teachers see students go through exam season year after year. They spend the school year providing information that will appear on those exams. Teachers get to see the various ways students deal with exam stress. East Kentwood High School psychology and English teacher, Mr. Kaz, talks about the process of preparing for exams.
I think the biggest thing is not waiting until the last minute. When kids wait until the week before to study for exams, I think sometimes they forget that they have 6 exams to study for, right? So you're cramming information, but you're cramming for 6 different subjects.
There are typically at least 2 exams students will take during the school year. These are midterms and end-of-year exams. With both of these exams going over lots of previously learned information, it's no surprise that they can bring stress to students. How students prepare for those exams can eliminate some of the stress. East Kentwood High School senior Debbie Osiri discusses how she prepared for exams.
I start with collaborating with my friends. I ask them if we're in the same class together, we study together, and I look over their notes and my notes as well. The day before the exam, I try to solve practice problems and look over my notes again.
Students must learn what studying methods work best for them. Some people may do their best work the night before, while others need to start weeks in advance. East Kentwood High School senior Arabella Whitley discusses how she prepares for exams.
As I get closer, I'm looking through my review sheets, looking at topics that I'm not as strong, and then focusing on those ones. And then the day of the exam, I'm obviously trying to cram in everything that I don't know, working on just memorizing anything I'm unaware of.
There's so many different ways students can prepare for exams that will eliminate some of the stress that comes with them. At EK, I'm Kendall Sally.
With exams such as the SAT right around the corner, it's an especially important time of the year for juniors to stay focused and ask if they need help.
And that wraps up your news this week, Falcons.
Now let's toss it over to FNN sports reporter Reese Emiot for this week's EK Sports Report.
Welcome back to the Land Falcons. It's Reese here bringing you your EK Sports Report. Starting at Pat Pat, our girls had their season opener last night against Catholic Central. Our girls unfortunately fell short in their opener and are now looking to bounce back next Monday against West Catholic. Heading over to the pool, our girls water polo team will be continuing their season competing at the Celine Milan Invite today and tomorrow. Over to the field, our guys lacrosse team started their season off with a tough loss on Wednesday, but is looking to bounce back next Tuesday in their game against Jenison. Back to the pool, our very own Gus Purton is a double state champ. He won the 50 and 100 yard freestyle para at the MHSA State Championships last weekend. Congrats, Gus. That wraps up this week's Sports Report. We'll be back next week with more spring sports. Now let's pass it back to the desk.
Thanks, Reese.
Let's wrap up this week's show with a sneak peek at the latest segment you can catch on YouTube. What's in the box?
Slime or something? Ooh.
I don't know. Why is it hot and recoiling?
You can check out the full What's in the Box episode right now on our YouTube page.
And that does it for today's show. We will be back next week with more, but until then, make sure to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to Falcon News Network on YouTube, where you can catch sports live streams, previous episodes, and other great content.
Plus, check out Falcon News Network on Spotify for our latest podcast episodes, coming out every day. See you next week.